Hello all you Hellraisers. I got a special video for you today, and this video is called Why God Allows Evil. This is why God allows evil. So, there's two simple ways to answer this. It's a stupid question with simple answers. So, my first one is going to be, you can't have the full measure of good without the full measure of evil, because they coexist. They have to exist with one another. You can't have a good guy without a bad guy. You can't have a bad guy without a good guy. And this essence of chaos, or a chaotic world creates one of the two. So that's one easy way to answer this question is, growing up, I heard it all my life, and it's just like annoying. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like, huh? I was one of those Christians at one time or another. One of those Christians at one time or another, like, because of the pain and suffering. And now I've come to a realization that it's not because of the pain and suffering. Granted that whatever path you take will have pain and suffering, to whereas, let me give you an example, whereas take a doctor, there's going to be a pain and suffering more mentally than there is physically, to whereas a soldier is going to have more physical pain and suffering than a doctor would, because a doctor has to go through his trials and tribulations, because that's his path he took. So take it like that. Now, if you use that for an example, then you're like, okay, I get a different perspective on it. That's my perspective on it. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about it, because this is a very sensitive subject to people. A lot of people don't like to talk about religion, politics, jobs, very controversial stuff. And that's the thing about today's society, is people don't ask the right questions. They ask the same questions instead of the tough questions, or the questions that's going to get to the point of the problem. Now let's move on to my second answer to this stupid question. God can ask you the same thing. Say, God came in your room today and was like, why do you allow evil? You wouldn't know how to answer it. I know I wouldn't. So let me explain how he would ask it too. I'm going to give you 3 examples of why you allow evil, or why I allow evil. We've all been guilty of it. So the moral of the story is, don't ask questions that you can't answer. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's kind of hypocritical, or contradicting itself by asking a question with another question. But in the same sense, you got to look at it in this broader question. Because throw you just a pitch ball example, the book of Job, for instance. The guy had everything, right? God allowed Satan to take it away from him, and then guess what happened? He got it double. So that's not part of my 3 examples. But now my 3 examples. First example would be, you're driving down the interstate and you see a couple or a family broken down, right? We've all been guilty. We've passed people down and they just, whatever. And you just pass them down. You go past them. You don't even stop. You just pass them. And say you get home and you hear on the news that same couple or that same family gets robbed or murdered. Or say that now that they couldn't get their car fixed or towed, you know what I'm saying? It's a domino effect. Because the universe presented you an opportunity to be kind, but in the same sense, you allowed an evil act to happen by passing up the opportunity that the universe gave you. Second example. You see a kid bullied, and he's getting, harassed every day, and you don't do anything. You don't stick up for him. I've seen teachers not stick up for kids, and that sickens me. It sickens me that teachers allow this evil act to happen. And the next thing you know, the kid shoots up school, and you allowed it to happen. You're not responsible, but you allowed the essence of evil creep into that kid's life. And then it turned into a bigger situation. Okay, now my third final example would be, you see a couple who is arguing. They're going at it. They're going at each other's throats. And we've all seen this happen. We just decide, oh no, not going to get in that. It's not my business. Next thing you know, guy stabs her to death. You allowed the evil act to happen because you passed up the opportunity for an evil act to happen, to occur. And I'm a firm believer of fate. And at a certain point in your life, you're going to realize that something outside of your life is behind the universe and putting things in motion. And whether it's God or the universe is, it's all around us and it's connected to us spiritually, mentally, and physically. And we have to realize when we have an opportunity, whether small or large, to do the right thing, the kind thing, don't pass it up. Because a mustard seed is so small, and it turns into a mustard tree, or a big tree. The next thing you know, you got mustard in a mustard bottle. So think of it like that. Small things have big beginnings. So it doesn't matter how big or large, it's going to affect someone in the long run or later down the path. But remember, whatever path you choose, it's going to have its difficulties. Whether you stick with it or not is up to you. But that's just my 2 cents in it, from what I've experienced in life too, but also just that question is so annoying. Even Christians annoy me about it because they're like, oh, yeah, it's because of pain and suffering. I'm like, no, it's because it's a stupid question, and God could ask you the same thing. And then it also says, good and evil, yin and yang. It's in multiple cultures. But that's all I got for you guys today. And please like and comment below and subscribe. And keep being Hellraisers. Stay frosty, America.